10 digits. 10 digits. Atyadhishthat, this comes last. The verb comes last. Atyadhishthat. This means, Atyadhishthat means stood beyond. Stood beyond. You can also say occupied beyond something. Occupied beyond. Because it has two words. Gesture. That is to station. And there is ati, that is to surpass. He surpassed beyond everything and stood. Now, we will give the meaning of the whole stanza, the import. This is the word meaning, of course. Now, we will give the run-on meaning. The Purusha has 1,000 heads, 1,000 eyes, and 1,000 feet. That is the first sentence. The second is, he has pervaded and surrounded the globe. Pervaded and surrounded the globe of our creation. In all dimensions. In all dimensions. That is the second sentence, very important. The third sentence. Then he stood. Then he stood. Beyond these dimensions. Then he stood beyond these dimensions by 10 digits. By 10 digits. 10 digits. That means he has already occupied these dimensions up to the dimensions and surpassed these dimensions by 10 digits. We'll see what it is. This is the general meaning or import, the sixth key of the 6 keys of this stanza. You know, when speaking of the archaic stanzas of the book of John, Blavatsky says, towards the end of the second volume of Secret Doctrine, she says that there are 6 keys and the lock is to be unlocked 7 times with the 7th key also, that is the reader himself as the person. That means you have to take 7 keys for each lock to unlock the mysteries of these passages. And turn the key 7 times before it is unlocked, and the treasures are thrown open before us. And also she says, now here we have dealt with at the most 2 keys in the whole of the secret doctrine, and sometimes a third key is used, the astrological key, and very rarely a 4th key is used. And also she says there are 3 more keys which are to be used. And the explanation which uses how to use the 3 more keys is there written, but unless humanity shows its fitness, the book cannot be thrown open into print before the public. That is what she says towards the end of the 2nd volume of Secret Act. Now, let us try to understand what he means by the different riddles he has given in this. Each stanza requires a commentary like the Secret Doctrine. It is the nature of any archaic stanzas from any one of the ancient books like that, in any language, let it be Old Sanskrit or Hebrew or Egyptian, because the text was the same, and from age to age the same thing has been translated into their own language over the centuries. So you will find the same thing when you go inside. Now, just 1 or 2 peculiarities we will touch in it. We spoke about the various meters. The first meter is called the single syllable Om. That is the total utterance of the whole creation as one unit or exhalation. That is called the one-syllabled meter, unisyllabled meter. That syllable is called the word in every scripture and every language. In the Holy Bible you find the word was with God and the word was God. First there was the word. So in one of the languages it is known as Om. So it is called the one-syllabled meter, which is depicted by Blavatsky like this. On the first page of the archaic stanzas formed in Sanskrit, you will find this as the symbol of the one-syllabled meter, or the whole universe emerging out as one unit. And the two put together is called I am in every language. You can use it, the English or French or German or Sanskrit or Latin or Greek or Hebrew, but it is the same. You see in Old Testament, Moses goes high up to the self-luminous center, which is wrongly translated as the burning bush. It is not burning, but it is brilliant. it never burns. It is ever brilliant and self-luminous. So it is translated by some fellow like Krishnamacharya as the burning bush. So he goes there and asks, "My Lord, what is the name of my God?" He says, "You go to Egypt and tell the Pharaoh that the name of your God is I am that I am." See how the God is very careful. If he had said, "Tell him my name is I am," then Moses would have gone there and told that he is that he is. My God is, then the God is dead. It is a dead letter. So to prevent this, he never said, "My name is I am," but he said, "I am that I am." That means, wherever you express your name, you can express me only if you express I am here. Only through that word you can express me. So there can be no proxy. There can be no impersonation. That's why in the gospel also it is said, "I am the way." That's what the Lord gives by way of initiation. I am life. I am resurrection. Unfortunately, we the Christians say, He is the way. So once again, God is dead. In Sanskrit, it is said, Aham. That means I am. This one syllable meter becomes next the two-syllabled meter. So, you have to add so. That means he is aham, I am. When there is a created consciousness, he says, I am that. He is myself. His name is I am. So here there are two syllables. The one who speaks of God and the God. That is what is called the first step of creation. You see? This first differentiation of a created entity or universe as a part of the Creator through the act of creation, then at this stage it is called the two-syllabled meter. Here is a terminology which we are expected to understand a little. We have two sound potencies or sounds which affect us. When you are inhaling, here your inhalation is regulated in the nostrils by producing a sound yes. While exhaling, here you find the regulator. Your exhalation is regulated in the pit of the throat with the help of the sound potency H. So, exhale and try to locate your H, how it is being uttered silently. Inhale and try to locate your own yes, how it is regulating in the nostrils. Am I clear? No? While inhaling, you can locate your own sound, yes, regulating at the base of the nostrils. While exhaling, you will find at the throat pit the potential of the sound H. So, the air we breathe in, we call so or himself. That is, we speak of third person. If there is air here, we say it is air. That is third person. But with the same air, we speak I am. When we are giving out the same air through exhalation, we speak of it in first person. You see, the same air we are taking into the lungs. And with the same air, we are uttering our voice. And with the same air, we are expressing I am here. The word I am means the same air. But when it is outside yourself, you say, this is air. So there is air here, you say. You don't say I am here, but you say it is air. But when the air is in your lungs, you say I am. So the same air, when taken in, it is called He, or the air, the god of air, the deva of air. When given out, you call it Aham, I am. Is it a bit clear at least? No? A bit clear. And the potency of one sound is making you inhale. The potency of a second sound is making you exhale. So these two put together forms one of the two-syllabled mantras which are being meditated by the devas of respiration in you. Because the devas of respiration are meditating these two sound potencies, you are made to breathe. And who is the deva who is breathing in you? Can we name him or locate him? Here an attempt is made peculiarly. Remove the consonant. Here also, remove the consonant. You have the sounds put together, only the vowels put together, one vowel or one syllable. This means I am. So this is a phonetical representation of what you are and what you have. What you are is I am. What you have is the respiration. And then you have everything, the body and all those things. As long as there is respiration, we have the heart, the lungs, the body, the food digestion, etc. So, what are the first sounds used in this mantra. Sahasra. This stanza begins with these sounds. And that is inhalation and exhalation, exhalation and inhalation. The sound potency of inhalation and exhalation forms one unit. The sound potency of exhalation and inhalation. So, the positive and the negative, that is one cell or one unit. The negative and the positive, another cell or another unit. That's why the mantra, this stanza is opened with those sounds. See, and there is another sound given here. That is the trill or the vocal cords. Which is called in its true sense the Rigveda. Yesterday we told you. That means your voice, when it becomes audible, that voice, breath translated into voice, is called Rigveda or the first trill. Symbolically, it is called the first bull. The first bull. Because it fertilizes the mind with what we call the meaning and the conversation. It is called the first fertilizer. That means the bull. See? So symbolically this sound is called the bull. So you have these three sounds. SH, HS and R, RA. A is only for intonation. In the same scriptures, it may be of interest to you if I say that the Lord or I am, the person of the cosmic personality comes down as Hari. When he comes down, his mystic name is called Hari in Sanskrit. Because he has to come down as exhalation and voice. So, when the All-God is asked to come down, he comes down as a living being. And the living being has its own respiration and has its own voice. Let it be human or the bird or the animal. So this is a peculiar technique of narrating the things. Traditionally and symbolically, this sound is called the active sound and this the passive sound. Because this represents the positive pole of air from outside. That is, you are taking in because it is giving out. Unless air gives itself out, you cannot take it in. That means when you are given the capacity to breathe, then you can breathe. You see? And we are on the receiving pole. Therefore, when we give out, it is the negative pole. We are giving out the air which is not our own, but which is taken before. So what we have is called the passive principle, and what we are is called the law who pervades or the active principle. So the I am in you is called the male or the father God. The I have in you, the second sound represents. It is called the mother or the female God who receives you in the body, who conceives you and who gives you out as a child again in the form of your own conversation or voice. That is, who permits you to live in this body. This is all about one set of symbolism that is based upon this particular mantra. It's all symbolism, but it is intended for us to grasp the import and take what is given inside. When it is directly taught like a lesson, we cannot receive it. So it is given in a symbolic way. When these lessons are directly given, we cannot understand them or receive them. Therefore, whenever the lessons are given, they are given in the language of the parable and the fable. You remember that Jesus said, I speak in parable, because when I speak directly, you can't understand. That is what he said. Because always it is the language of scriptures. It is the only way how to understand them. And what about the 10 digits in this? Why he pervades by 10 digits? Why not 9? Because there are 9 numbers. So God knows decimal system. That means, first of all, we have to understand what are numbers to some extent, what is 0 and what is 1. We have to go to the Pythagorean symbol. Blavatsky says, here is Pythagorean arithmetic called chandas. What Pythagoras expressed about these numbers? What are numbers? Where are they? Where from they are formed? If you take a textbook of mathematics written by any professor of arithmetic, however great he may be, what does he write about the origin of numbers? Where from they are brought? No. No professor writes that they are got from God. He writes that they are just ratios. Some are discovered in ancient Crete, some in ancient Egypt, some in ancient India, and put together they became the 9 numbers. This is the wonderful explanation given about the origin of numbers. So the primitive man gradually discovered the numbers through centuries. That is what they say. But here the scriptures question you once. You have 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, 2 hands, 2 feet. Are there numbers in the embryo? When the embryo is being developed? Does it know arithmetic? We demand a direct answer from you, yes or no. We don't want just to postpone the matter. Is there an intelligence in the embryo who knows arithmetic? Or not? If not, you say no. If you are convinced that there is, you say yes. If the atom has its own constant number, do you believe that there is an intelligence that knows arithmetic in the atom? If you believe, say yes. Otherwise, say no and then give the reasons.
There is a consciousness in the atoms also.
Yes.
Yeah.
But what about those who deny? The necessity to prove that it is not there falls upon them. They have to prove how it is not there. Listen. And you know, the number of chromosomes in each species is constant. And do the reproductive cell, egg cell, has an intelligence in it who is an arithmetic process or not? Otherwise the reduction, division or meiosis cannot be so consistent in its numbers. And above all, you have 32 teeth.
We hope.
Of course, by birth. And is it accidental or is there a consciousness, an intelligence who knows numbers in the embryo when your teeth are being developed? The number of bones in your body, as long as you are having a human frame, biologically a human being, it is constant. Is it an accident? An accident may remove some of the bones. But it's not accidental that we have the consistent number. So, there is a number consciousness in the embryo that develops the body according to the numerical potencies. You see? And when the frame is completed in the mother's womb, the fetus is complete with 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, 2 ears, only 1 tongue, because it is enough. We'll be eating too much and talking too much if we have many tongues. 2 tongues. And 2 hands, 2 feet, 2 lungs, etc. Finishes all these things. There is a formula inside. 2 eyes and 1 nose. 2 hands and 1 trunk. 2 lungs and 1 heart. Like this, 2 plus 1, 2 plus 1, 2 plus 1. Vertically along the vertebral column. There is a formula consistent. See. Now, there is one fellow who is a professor in arithmetic, in numbers, appointed in the embryo at the time of fertilization, and he has to look after the numbers. And when everything is complete, what does he do? He enters your vertebrate column and he constructs a beautiful house for himself in a particular spot of the vertebral column. He begins to dwell there, and when you are born, he is already there in your vertebral column as number consciousness. A child has number consciousness, though he does not know our language of numbers, 1, 2, 3, etc. He knows numbers, but we know the names of numbers. For example, take 2 children. Give 2 chocolates to one boy and 4 chocolates to the other. They do not know the numbers 2 and 4, but this fellow kicks you. So he knows the two-ness, though he does not know the word two. He knows the four-ness, though he does not know the name 4. Who taught him? The same wonderful arithmetic professor who is located in his vertebral column. So there is one number consciousness who is in the scriptures called Kapila. He is said to have taught, given out to the world, a science called the Sankhya system. Sankhya means number. Sankhya system means the secret of numbers. Sankhya philosophy. And historians have searched and searched for the date of an author who existed on earth, and some assigned a date before Christ, and some assigned to him a date after Christ. Now you find in the history of literature the fellow, poor fellow Kapila, who is supposed to be an author of a book and a system. They say he existed sometime in 500 BC, and some say he existed sometime in 1200 AD. See the blind man and the elephant. Now, there is one number consciousness who is named Kapila. There is one shape consciousness who is called Vishwakarma. Who is called the great architect of the universe by the Freemasons. The great architect of the universe. Poor fellow, he was constructing a building, and he was killed in the middle, and now the building is incomplete. That is how the story goes. Of course, it carries a great significance which is to be unlocked. But unfortunately, those who go and sit and drink deep to the glory of God, they are called Freemasons. But there are true Freemasons Because the counterfeit always proves the existence of the original. We know the counterfeit fellows by the name Freemasons who drink and dance and eat in the hall, Freemasonry hall. But there are original people who are pious, who are yet conducting all those mysteries. So for every mock play and for every child play, there is an original which is true and which is pious. Excuse me, but it is true. So this is Vishwakarma, who will be mentioned in our Purusha Sukta a little bit later. He is called the shape consciousness or the architect. And then there is another who is called the molder, the lord of the molds, who makes the carpentry of your physical vehicle. He is called Pasta, the carpenter. The word pasta means one who etches a form in wood. That is pasta. Etching. That is to make a form in wood, to take an instrument and you do like this. That is what is called pasta. This fellow always prepares forms through his carpentry. He is what we call in theosophy the etheric double. The consciousness of the etheric body, the owner of the etheric body is a deva. He etches your shape, and the result is physical matter is arranged in the form of your body. And this fellow, Vishwakarma, is original. He wants the blueprint according to which this fellow prepares. This is the lot of the blueprint, the plan. And this fellow is the carpenter and the mason. And here is the person who calculates, draftsman, the number consciousness, according to whom these fellows plan the temple. And overnight the temple is constructed. That's why it is said, the temple of Solomon is constructed in darkness and in silence. That is how the language of Freemasonry initiates. No jingle of the hammer is heard and the temple is revealed overnight. That is the language of the Freemasonry in the 30th degree. You see, so when a fellow is installed as the image of the Lord in a temple, that is in the womb of a lady, when a fertilization takes place, then the temple is constructed by these lords as the leaders of the groups of devas, and the body is complete, and it serves as the temple of the Lord who lives by the name I Am. See? So now we have some work with this gentleman, this mathematics person. Ask him, what are numbers? Now you can't bluff that some numbers have been discovered in India, some in Crete, some in Egypt, and all nonsense you can't learn, because numbers are working in the embryo and in the fetus. and they are not discovered by mathematics professors, but they are discovered by the forces of nature. And the true definition of a number is a large consciousness in nature. That is what Pythagoras gave. A consciousness in nature who works as a lord of a group of devas. And where do the numbers exist? New question once again. I say here number one exists. Not at all. Here is a picture which is used as a symbol of what you call number one. Therefore, it is not at all number one. Can this be master seal? It is only a picture of master seal. So, can this be number one? Not at all. It is the picture of number one. So, number one as a word, it is also not a number. It is only the name of the number. If you say number one, is it number? No, the name of a number. But where is the number? Within yourself. It can never be expressed out. Tell me if you have any objection. Numbers are there as part of your consciousness. They are the lords of consciousness. They exist potentially in you and they operate dynamically out. You see, these devas have two states. One is the potential state and the other is the dynamic state, which we will find in the next stanza. In the potential state, these devas are called sadhyas. That means potential devas. For example, take the banyan seed. Does it contain a banyan tree? Not at all on the physical plane. But it contains the banyan tree.